SGM, the general body adopted the NSGA, the National Sports Governance Act, in its last SGM. Can you tell us about the salient features and what are the visible changes?
So the Act itself was just deliberated and we have accepted it because that is what the government had asked us to do. It came sometime in end of December. They've given us up to June to adopt the Act and make our constitution according to that. So in the SGM on May 23rd in Calcutta, the House was unanimous in accepting the Act, and maybe in another 10 days we'll have another SGM, which will be an online SGM, where this will become a constitution. Now, one of the most salient features of the Act is that there is a lot of stress on governance, because as you know, a lot of federations are in the court for various issues. One. Two, they are also very clearly specified how the size of the executive committee will be. It will just be going to be 15 members, out of which 4 of them will be sports persons. 2 will be sports person of outstanding merit, that is Arjuna Award winners, Dronacharya Award winners, Olympic medalists. Other 2 will be normal athletes, which is called the Athletes Commission. In our case, it will be the Football Players Association. So 2 plus 2, 4 out of the 15 will be players, and out of the 15, 4 of them should be women. So there will be 2, 1 male, 1 female in the athletes and the sports person of outstanding merit, and 2 more women. So out of 15, 4 are women. You have the remaining 11, out of which you will have a president, maybe a general secretary, a treasurer, and other exco members.
So these are the visible changes that you say?
No, not only this. Now the same 15 will have to be in the state, and the same 15 will also be in the district. So even in the district, you'll have players having a say in how the district is run. Even in the state, you'll have players and the other elected members having a say. And then there also elections will be conducted. The government is going to set up a national election panel, election panel out of, say, 20 members. So they will conduct the elections for all the 3. Then they've laid down like they have to do it in a minimum 90 days.
You said that in 10 days you will draft the constitution and then send it to the state association?
Yes. So that was what was decided by the House. That now since we adopted the Act, it will be put into...
Has the AIFF fixed date for its next executive committee meeting and GBM?
No, we have not yet. We'll have to do it now because it just got over 2 days back. So once the legal team puts this Act into the constitution.
Is it going to be somewhere around September?
No, for what? The elections?
The election would be September, right?
No, elections is December because the government has sent out a notification that all federations should amend the constitution and do the elections before December 31st. So it will be any time over there. The problem is quite a few states are also have to go for elections now. And for them to go for elections, the government has to first finalize the election panel. Then you have to have 100 days. So I think by September, October, whoever states have to go for elections this year will complete the elections.
So one of the contentious issues, not about the NSGA, but some of the is that will AIFF consider clubs control or proposal of giving them operational control of the ISL?
In the ISL, no. See, your question is whether we will accept.
You will accept.
See, it is not whether we want to accept or not. The court has very clearly laid down that the topmost league, or rather all the leagues, must be owned and operated by the federation. By the federation. Because
but the clubs are very adamant that...
No, the clubs are not actually adamant that they want to run it. They want to be part of it, and we have also accepted that.
So you no problem in having...
No, there is no problem because we have to work together. We, the clubs and the commercial partner, we have to work together. We formed out a nice system where there will be a governing council.
Another very big case against one of the top officials of AIFF. Again, you can say, but then has the AIFF taken it seriously when such charges is against the topmost position? How does AIFF in your meetings and all, how do you ignore it? How can you ignore that?
So, I do not know if you've been following in the AGM, in the EXCO. All these things have been openly discussed. And according to them, of course, I am here as the head of the administration as of today. No proof was given over there, so the members did not find anyone guilty.
No concrete proof?
Nothing, absolutely nothing. So if at all there is something, and if they've gone to the courts, I think there are some cases lying in courts. Court will take its decision, you know. So yes. And also even these independent judicial bodies, we never interfere. We don't even know what goes to them, and that is how it should be. FIFA is very strict on that. So apart from once you appoint the judicial bodies, we don't even get into how they function. Till today, I have never spoken to a single member of any of the judicial committees. We neither ask them what is happening or we tell them what to do. We don't. So that's how independent those committees are. So whatever they decide, sometimes they come in favor of AIFF, sometimes in favor of the clubs, then CAS overturns them. It's a very independent process. We win some, we lose some, but that's how it goes on.
Okay. Now coming back to Indian football.
Yeah.
When we, I had taken you the first day of your joining here, we talked about the Indian football, the condition that it was in. Since then, India has further slipped the FIFA rankings.
Yeah.
How do you analyze this, and what do you think is the reason?
See,
the lack of superstars like Sunil Chhetris and all. Is it the depth of the lack of depth in Indian football? What is it?
There are a lot of reasons. Of course, I'm not a technical man to go into those details, but I'll just tell you to the best of my knowledge. The first thing is, if you see in the last World Cup qualifiers, till the last 10 or 15 minutes, we should have at least gone to the next round, the final round, for the first time ever. You know what happened in that against Qatar. The ball went outside the line, the player took it, scored the goal, they equalized, then they beat us. That's one. Two, ranking sometimes doesn't reflect how the team is, because we won one match, we moved up by 6 rankings in our last match. So that is something, because in the FIFA friendlies, the better countries want to play against better countries because they get points. That's one thing. Second thing is, some of the other countries in the region, they have started getting in their overseas players. Like, for example, there are 1 or 2 countries where some of those players have never stepped into that country, but they're playing for that country because they're all playing they've been born outside the country. They're, like our OCIs. So hopefully, it is with the government. The government in its sports niti has said that they would like to include all those who are outside the country also to represent the country.
OCIs and the PIUs.
Yes. But there is this thing, because it's a central cabinet decision which has to be taken, whether they'll issue dual passports. Because
so AIFF and you seeing it heavily banking on the...
No, it can happen because the other countries have actually benefited. You take even Bangladesh in the recent under-20 final, they had a couple of boys who were born and brought up in the US who played for them.
Sir, is that it's a clear admission on the part of AIFF, isn't it, that since we can't have our own superstars and top players from our own origin,
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, the other countries are using these players, and obviously they come playing against much.
They are also using because probably the standards are better.
Yeah,
now,
obviously.
You are also admitting the standards of the PIOs and the OCAs are better than the...
Obviously, see, when they play in the leagues in Spain, even in the lower divisions of England, they're good. So our league has also been, in our league, ISL, thanks to FSDL who ran it for 10 years, and all the club owners.
Brings me to the question that ISL, it's been more than 10 years, it's around 15 years now.
Yes.
How the standard of football in India should have gone up, but 15 years down the line, there is no semblance of improvement. Rather, it has slided. So, what has ISL given to Indian football?
See, that is quite a debatable question. I mean, but one thing is, surely ISL has...
The likes of Sunil Chhetri were there before the ISL. So what has, just see for example IPL has thrown up so many players for India. Even the likes of Ashwin. I mean, nobody would have believed our Ashwin is an ISL product. At least giving 20, 30 top players. But ISL hasn't able to. So
see, it is one of the, I mean, it only started about 10, 12 years back. If you take some of the leagues, the English league, all over 100 years. So we still have a little time. We are you have to have hope and confidence in that. But you must also understand that from nowhere this professionally run league, showed to the world that in India, league is played on a very high quality. And one of how I'm convinced about that is, when we advertised for a coach, we had 300 foreign applicants applying. So obviously all those foreign coaches, all those foreign players who played in ISL, because ISL was conducted in a very solid manner, very professional. So obviously word has gone that the Indian football scenario is quite good. That's why you have so many of the foreign coaches coming here, plying their trade. That's one. But hope for me, no.
But sir, my question is, if the standard is good, sometimes we sporadically see that also.
Yeah.
The standard is not that bad as the FIFA ranking suggests us. Then what happens? I mean, in the final count, if the FIFA rankings is all that matters a lot, I mean, at the international level, and also how people will perceive. Is it some of the...
I'll tell you where our hope comes from. You take the junior level. Under 17 has consistently done well. Even this year they qualified for the Asia
But that
Cup.
has been a story since ages.
Correct, but no. But this year the under 23, we very narrowly missed. We played against very tough opposition. Kafa Cup, first time we went and played there, we finished third, which was also a good result. Now we are going for ASEAN Club. We've been invited to the ASEAN.
Yes, sir. Now we take the good indications from under 17, under 23. The indications are there, but what do we do with the talents there? I mean, in the senior stage, every time it's not about only football. In hockey also, in other sports also, we do marvelously in the junior level. Only except for cricket, where they further improve and become world beaters, no other sport can replicate what they have achieved in the junior stage, including football.
See, I wouldn't like to compare cricket with football like apples and oranges. We 212 countries play football, and in Asia itself there are 47 countries, out of which almost 15-20 of them are at a higher level, better infrastructure, better coaches, all these things. But of course, that I'm not giving that as an excuse. But we are very confident because now the FIFA AIFF Academy has already started in Bhubaneswar. It's been 3 years now. Those boys already are playing in the under 17. In Hyderabad, we started one more. And our youth leagues, we've got this year for the first time, they're playing 14 games home and away. So the number of games is also increasing at the junior level. Average, some of the developed football countries, they play with 50 matches at the junior level. We hardly get to give them 20. Now we're slowly trying to increase that. Our baby leagues is slowly picking up. So it is a huge task. It's not that, we can just...
You talked about the academies and all. There is one academy, we just, a few days back, in fact, we did a story on a club from Punjab, from Phagwara. That's doing very well. They have just won the FIFA Street Football World Cup. Not won, but they finished runners-up. Only lost to Brazil in the finals, 4-2. That academy has all the infrastructures, very good infrastructure. They also have an indoor stadium. That's in the plan. I mean, such academies, when they try to do things with a very good open heart, does AIFF ever...
I'm surprised you're asking this question. I'll tell you why. Last year we had 120 academies play in our youth leagues, AIFF youth league. I'm not talking about the state leagues. This year we have 170 academies which have...
My question was different, not playing. I'm saying helping them, figure out, they're trying to build up talents. Now this team, the Phagwara team, went to the FIFA World Cup team, the World Cup tournament, which happens every under 17 tournament, and reached the. Have you recognized the effort and the achievement? And
of course.
Because you talked about junior football.
No, that's what. No, so what I'm saying is, yes, there are a lot of our teams. You have private teams going out and playing. Some associations also send their teams. We have now, since this regime has come, for the first time, we are giving money to the states to conduct leagues. Each state gets 12 lakhs a year to conduct 3 or 4 leagues. And we also give them a lakh every month to get in people to administer it. Because most of them who get elected, they are,
that's the state level. I'm talking about the directly. For example, if you recognize this effort, then some prize money could have been given by the AIFF.
So again, we are coming back to the funds issue. Now see, 3 very important things have happened in the last 10 months. The first thing is that December 8th, the MRA expired. So 50 crores is not coming to AIFF from December onwards. The second thing is we got a new constitution after 7 years. And then in January we got the new government, the Sports Governance Act. So these three things are going to bring in a correction period in the way the game is going to be administered in the country. And that is why this act has come, not only for football, for all the sports federations. All of them have to adopt it. So right from the districts to state to the national level, the game has to be administered in a certain way. There is going to be more accountability. They're very clear. Of course, there are some changes they made in who can contest elections, how many terms you can be there, all those. Once again, your first question was, what are the salient features? The salient features now is that if there is a conflict between this Act and, say, FIFA and IOC, the FIFA rules will prevail. So they have also made that because they don't want any more conflicts with the international bodies, because they know the country has to play in the international bodies. That's a very prominent this thing which they have done. The sports minister has held a series of meetings over the last 1 year before the bill came in, the act came into force. So we strongly believe that the administration of sport in the country itself will change. And coming back to AIFF, you know, we never had a scouting department. Now in the last 1.5 years after the FIFA talent development scheme came, we've got a scouting department, we've got 6 super scouts. In the last 1.5 to 2 years, almost every junior event, whether it's the interstate event or the youth leagues or the state leagues or the various other state leagues, our scouts are going over there. The scouts know what to look at. So slowly, the quality of players at the lowest levels is going to start improving. The result of that might come 5 years later. What we've inherited today, the senior players, is what someone did 10 years back. Things are changing now. You have lots of, the stats which we get. Data is playing a very huge role. Strength and conditioning is something which has gone to a new level. Sports nutrition has come in. So lots of new factors have come in. We only have a lot of hope and confidence. So let's see, we'll just have to wait. And something, in all this, whatever people are talking out over there, for the first time in the history of Indian football, 4 teams have qualified for the Asian Cup final rounds in one single year. It's never happened before. And 3 women's teams have qualified after 20 years. The under-17, under-20 and the senior women all have qualified after 20 years. And I have to thank the government because the Asmita leagues which Khelo India has implemented, we've been doing about 70, 80, 100 leagues every year. Every league there are about 6-7 teams of 14 to 15 girls. So at the under-13 level, we've got so many new girls who are coming and kicking ball for the first time. So, the base is really widened for the girls. They've played very good football. I think all of you all have seen how.
The FIFA ranking in the men's senior is not the only gloomy picture.
There are a lot of things, which are happening. Our number of coaching, the coaches have improved, referees have improved the number, because our ratio of coaches is very less. So now more and more are being this thing. Now recently, 20 days back, we were with the minister and the youth services. They've rolled out a new scheme where they're going to 5 times increase the budget for all sport. Okay, of course, some of the medal winning sport, they want to give more. So a lot of importance is being given for sport now. Infrastructure still is a challenge, especially for football, because you need proper grounds. You can't keep playing only on the artificial turf. You need natural grass. Natural grass, you can't play much. This maintenance is a problem. So it's a whole series of things, which are common. But we are sort of confident. Everyone's working. I have 67 to 70 people in this building. We've got some very good, smart, skilled youngsters. We've got another 30, 40 around the country who come in for short-term contracts. So let's see. I mean, we're all working. Yeah.